Serpent.
What's up, Kimmy Kim?
So I know we didn't put a banner or nothing like that up, but today, I'm just feeling this thing about being grown and still being respectful and how they should mesh well to one another. I don't know about you, but this is an issue that I'm kind of experiencing. I'm a mother of 3 grown sons. Okay. So not just it's and grown nephews and nieces. So I don't understand. We're the baby boomers, say the millennials. That's where they at. And this is being
We're
brought to me. I don't
Generation
know how you
X.
feel. Huh?
Generation X.
We Generation X?
The baby boomers is our parents actually. They were born like
Okay.
40s and 50s.
Okay. We Generation X.
Yep. Yep. We dope though. To be
All
honest.
I got to say is I know I'm grown. You're
Yeah.
grown. Okay.
Yeah.
But there was people before us that we looked at was our elders, parents, grandmother, grandfather, aunties, uncle. Me in my right mind, from what I've all known, this is what I was taught. But I feel like the environment that you create is how you come out. Okay? So how do you feel? Because it rubs me in so many different crevices of my soul. You understand me? So wrong when a child that you have cleaned, fed, babysit, stayed up, watched sick, kept, just took care of their tails when they were younger, up into damn their teens, okay? They gave you that title of uncle, auntie. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna go with our children because they kind of know better. But I'm saying the other part of the generation that was your sisters and brothers' children. How do you feel if they talk to you like they talking to one of their friends? And just like when me and you talk, we ain't finna be talking to our children. Because it's just a matter of respect. See, it doesn't matter, oh, we're grown. I'm just not gonna be just cussing them out. It's just you have a different way, and it is an exclusiveness to way you talk. This is the part that's bothering me. Talking to an adult nephew, okay? Or adult niece. She in her 30s or whatever. She cussing or he cussing. They just saying all kinds of stuff. They mad about something, not directly at me or directly at you. They just mad at something, but they cussing, like, because they mad. But this how they would express it to their friend or their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. So in the heat of the moment, being the auntie and uncle that you are, you understand that. However, after that, who the hell you talking to though? Because you can still explain what you need to explain and be grown and be respectful. But, and it bothers me when I'm told that I'm grown, though. I can talk like that. Who told you that? Where you get to if you're 5 and 2, that all of a sudden now that you've aged and aged, that all of a sudden I'm no longer that elderly person or that, that older relative that you look up to and respect just out the gate. So my gate got closed. So now we on the same level. You understand what I'm saying? And they said that's old school. They said that's old school. That, people ain't doing that no more. I don't give a damn what nobody doing. Your ass still can get whooped by a fist, a extension cord, a cord, whatever the hell you want to call it. People ass still getting whooped. Am I correct, Ed?
Or I obviously, me, I agree with you. But I look, everything about me is contextual. I look at a situation and I try to see where it's derived from. Because here's the reality in my family. I'm cool, uncle. You see how I play with my nieces and all of them, right? But I don't know if you noticed. So notice I was playing with my great niece, right? I was playing and stuff like that. And my great niece said something. Her mother's like, don't talk to my uncle like that. You probably noticed that. She's like, okay, that's my uncle. And she was talking to her daughter. And she was playing and being a little extra. But my great niece, who's 30, was like, okay, now you can't talk to my uncle like that. Watch how you talk to my uncle. My family understands, and this has got to be a collaborative effort. And this is where I think in these certain cases is where the relative and family should come from. Because you, specifically Kimmy Kim, is a part of my family, right? My family is like, Kimmy Kim. And you notice my grandson say, hey, what should I call you? Because I don't want to be out of order. Because the precipice, the example from the head has been established. We don't fuck with you on that level. You don't play those games. You don't talk shit to nobody. I'm going to go through your throat. And if you don't believe me, try me. Find out for yourself. If I say my respecting your family, your auntie, grandma, find out for yourself if fat meat is greasy. So the level, the precipice, the principles have been established from the overarching family. We all agree that that's bullshit. And everybody fucking you up on sight.
Okay, I agree with you, but I got to stop you right there. That's great. But that's not in a lot of families. You know why? Because parents and aunties and uncles are trying to be they people, the kids' friends. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I stand alone. Okay, I stand alone.
Mm-hmm. That's where I was.
I'm not afraid for you to not talk to me no more as my niece or nephew, or even my damn child, because I stand alone. You got to stand for something, and for me, look, you ain't gotta like me, but your motherfucking monkey ass will respect me. So right. I feel strongly about that. And I am that auntie. I'm that so old school black auntie, whatever you want to call it. I'm coming for your ass. I'm that person, but I don't go there until you push me. Mm-hmm. But as you say, what's your word? To me, it's just a standard. That's standard. And they know that. I'm Auntie Kim. They know that, right? Okay. Right. So now we get somebody that grew up. He ain't grew up, having Auntie Kim around a lot. He don't know that. But I still, do I not set the bar? So my other ones that know me that, and they know that, my other nieces and nephews, and they know me to be that way, then here come your little trifling ass, because you ain't known that, right? So mm-hmm. People would say, oh, that's ghetto, that's this and that. When do we become as a village to teach that person you don't do that? That means his damn mom and his father. But if he cussing them out and talking to them that way, what makes you think he gonna want to talk to me that way? He gonna look at me and be like, what's wrong with you? I talk to my mama then. And that's the part where I'm saying is to keep some people like myself from catching a case, from killing a relative, you have to be like, where do you go with that? You know what I'm saying? That's such a fine line.
It's a fine line, and
it's terrible. It's terrible.
You are killing it from every cylinder. You are covering every area, and the fact is, I guess at this point, okay, so now, like you said, this person don't understand how you operate or what your principles are. They haven't been around. So now it's like, okay, how do I address this and bring this back, or whatever, and
to a mutual understanding,
right? Where you are demanding.
I see you, you see me. I know mm-hmm. you grown. Mm-hmm. I know you grown, mm-hmm. but so am I. Mm-hmm. But do it come to a point, Ed, that one person is growner than the other? Or it's just simple respecting of the elder? Because at the end of the day, I am your elder, and I will forever be. Mm-hmm. Forever be. You wouldn't sit up and just talk to somebody or like that. I feel like people get relaxed and complacent, and we teach people how to treat you. Mm-hmm. I don't give a damn about what day and age we is. You cannot talk to me like that on any type of level. It's unacceptable. But if I stand for it, he's going to continue to do it.
Right. Well, that's like bar none. There's no other way. You have to address it. I would address it. And I would be, I kind of went in on the young man, my daughter's now ex-boyfriend, and he would come in the house like, "What's up?" and say that kind of shit. And he was a nice guy. And I said, so one day I was and the family didn't like that, but I don't play that whole "what's up," just one word, all that kind of shit, right? So he's a younger gentleman, 18, something like that. So my oldest son, his friends came over, which were like 22, 21, 22 years old. "Mr. Mitchell, how you doing? What's good with yourself? How are you, sir?" And he did that. The other young man would be like, "What's up?" And he said, I said, "You see how you said that? He older than you, and he understands how to do this. Is how you're supposed to speak." I can't stand for. I'm not going to let that type of, and that's petty. That ain't a cuss out. That's just a "what's up."
Like, it's not petty. It's just it's a respect that you would demand to have, right? Because coming in my house or calling me on the phone it just run. I don't know about nobody else, but to me, I don't know how you felt in that moment, but it
I
just
was
run.
annoyed.
It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and
Right.
it make me want to do something to you. I need to get to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of those things like, just like look, you know what? Let me make sure. Let me hold up, man. Did I think that? Okay, I'm gonna let you have it. Listen, I need you to come here. What I'm saying? It's like one of those things where you just can't.
It
So
gets
I was
real.
having the debatable conversation with one of my sons, and this didn't come from my son, but my son was trying to get me to understand, Mama, it's a different age, okay? And kids talk, it's unacceptable on every level. And he said, Mama, I know I can't do that because I know who my mama is.
Mm.
But I said, but he said, but Mama, maybe he don't know because he sure don't know who Auntie Kim is. But all my other nieces and nephews do.
Mm-hmm.
But this one particular is grown. Yep, been through jail, all kind of stuff. He done
Mm-hmm.
been through it. So he that nigga, you know what I'm saying, as they would say. I don't give a damn.
Okay,
I'm
so
not checking for likes. You
right,
gonna talk to me, or you that's the auntie I can't talk to at all because I ain't gonna tolerate it.
right.
Period.
So my thing is with that. This is what I was saying in the beginning about context and trying to piece it together. Where what's what is his parent, his mother like? What so I mean, you talk about this. We talk about this all the time. You've been saying it lately about make it make sense, and we've been talking about what we say frequency, low frequency, all that kind of stuff. And so I look at the they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree. It may roll a little bit. Somebody may kick it. Somebody may pick it up and throw it. But the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So my thing is that now I'm not putting blame because that's not you can't live your whole life like well my mama did this. You can't live your whole life like that. But I look at who they are and how they raise, how they do things. Like so I look at my friends and see what do y'all do that what's y'all principle, how y'all raise y'all kids, and how y'all run your household. Because that matters if I'm going to engage with you. Because if my kids come over and they see y'all doing and saying things like that, they may want to get froggy, and the response they gonna get is gonna be a shock. So they say something to do something, they gonna get in trouble for it right away. They gonna feel like, damn, And it's like, so I want to know how y'all get down. So I look at what is that response? How are they? Like, how did this get slipped through the cracks? Like, who are their people that raised them, that invested in them, that poured that seed and watered that plant, all that shit? How do you do that?
Okay, well, even knowing that, as I said earlier, even knowing that, that's still no. I mean, I understand the context and understanding that, but even with knowing that, it don't mean shit because at the end of the day, sometimes it takes you to go through meeting certain people for you to get your vision, and your crown checked and straightened.
Mm.
So even though you've been listen, I am not the product of the way I was raised, and thank God I don't look like what the fuck I've been through, and that's facts, or what I'm even going through. Thank you, Jesus. So at the end of the day, that's why I say you might be the context person, and I get it. I can go all deep and I can understand the why, but what I'm dealing with right now is the here and now. Because I can talk to you. Now, that's going to shape me. I understand the why. That's going to shape me how I talk to you, bring it to you. You more than likely, honey, you ain't been introduced to someone to tell you that they don't like the way they talk to you. So let me introduce myself. Okay? This is how you going to deal with me. But I want to go a little further with that. Sometimes people demand spec, and it is a way that you do it. I've said this to you plenty of times. I'm not that person, like, because I know I'm not the product. I've seen and experienced a lot of fucked up shit. But I can say that it didn't shape me for the woman I am, just made me better. But I ain't get in a crevice and crawl up and die because of it. I'm still a goddamn soldier, still surviving all the time. Okay. But at the same time, my village wasn't great. Hell, hell, I don't even know if I had one. But at the end of the day, I learned how to talk to people. I know what to say and how to be respectful because I pay attention, and you want to have that person in your life. But people so quick to cross people out all the time. So
Mm.
you got to be okay with being crossed out.
Mm.
I'm that person, as with my auntie, my circle is small as fuck. You know this about me. But I don't check for likes. Like you ain't gotta like me like that. Because if it's gonna take me for me to accept you to treat me in a way that I know that's inside my soul, I feel unacceptable, then I don't need you in my life. We say that about adults, right? We say that about friends and families and spouses. We say that like you just stand for being mistreated. It's such a form of such a disrespect. It's just completely unacceptable and unallowed. It's just, I'm just ain't having it. Either way it go, I don't care about how you talk to your mama. I don't. I'm that child in the block. I'm that person on the block that your child come over my house, I feed, give you stuff and all that, right? And then all of a sudden, that particular day, that child was mad. And he said, fuck you back. And I'm like, what? That little 8-year-old said that to me. I'm just saying, this kids do that, right?
Okay.
So I'm saying all of us that have been sweet coming over my house, but that child tried me that day. Now that's not none of my child, not even none of relative. But that child said that day. I am that person in the village. Oh, I'm gonna get in that ass. Then I'm gonna take you to your mama and say, this is what your child said. Well, I let him. Now that's what you do. He gonna know not to come down up here on Mitchell Street no more. Cause that ain't allowed. And that's how with my children and all the kids in the block, I was auntie to everybody. And I can honestly God say pretty much all my friends, my boys' friends, yes, I had to tie their ass up. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is it's so hard to not allow. I just can't, it just ain't in me, man, to just allow you to talk. You will respect. I've seen a lot of kids be bad and ignorant to people. And then soon as I come on the scene, it's not like that. That is because you carry yourself and you demand the respect and you teach people how to treat you. Hell, you even got to do that with grown folks. For real. You got to do it with grown folks. But it's really hard when it's a relative, niece and nephew, Ed. I'm just saying, like, it's really, really hard. But I cannot sit back and take the advice of, oh, well, he grown. That's why he do that. He feel like he grown now. He don't got to, what? Well, okay, so, and he say, so what have you talked to him, Ed? And then or her, and she say, me and my mom, because I know a lot of kids like this too. Me and my mom, that's how me and my mom talk. He damn sure ain't gonna want to have no respect. What you mean I can't cuss? I cuss with my mama. I smoke weed with my mama. I drink with my mama. So a lot of parents have come away from the village or just the damn respect. They just be their kids' friend. I ain't never been that kind of parent or auntie. Never. I'm not the go along type either.
Go along to get along. No.
Right, I don't do that.
Go along to get along.
Yep. So, and it's just, I'm just so tired of hearing sip and spill. If you all can relate to this subject, because I'm just so sick and tired saying I'm grown. So you grown, you get to be disrespectful. So that's what you grew up for, to be disrespectful, and it's okay because you're.
I think that's why I go. I know it's a little deep and go into all the context and stuff like that. But I can only grant people. I say this all the time. I say I give people grace based off of how box I put them in. If people are slow, if you raised by some slow ass people, I don't expect you to do anything. I look at your ass as dumb. I'm expecting dumb shit to come out your mouth, so I'm not putting myself in line of fire. Hold on, what before you say whatever you say? Let me do this because I'm not. I know you're a dumb ass nigga. I know you stupid. I know you gonna say some crazy shit. Before you do that, I'm crazy too. So I don't. So I look at where you from. Who are you? Where you from? Once I know who you fucks with, who your people are, I'm not giving you grace. I'm not gonna allow you to come whatever. So my thing is, I look at it from that standpoint. Like if your people dumb and stupid shit comes with you. Unlike like me and you, we come from stuff that we not really proud of or so whatever, and we decide, you know what, I'm not gonna be a product of that. I'm gonna constantly make a decision or whatever, regardless of what's going on in our adult life or our childhood or whatever. You and I decide, okay, we're going to take control and stuff like that. You encourage me all the time how to do this, that, and the other. Some of us have that are cognizant enough to do that. So that's the reason I say, well, look at where that's from, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, what you're saying is factual. It don't matter, whatever you come from, you need to understand it. So at this point, you just, I mean, as the adult or the elder statesman or whatever, you got to show them better. You can tell them, listen, I don't give a fuck what happened, whatever. I'm gonna check you. I just hate that we have to do that.
Right.
You feel like I should have to say that,
Right.
but
And you and I hear you. I want you to know that I hear you. What you're saying is that I don't even put myself in that line of fire. I know you come from a low frequency ass family and you ain't taught no goddamn respect, no manners, no nothing like that. I get it. But some people will call that judgmental. And some people say, damn, you just don't give a person a chance. Well, I'm gonna say I was that person that I was raised in two different type of homes. I had the freedom to do whatever, boyfriends, whatever. And then I had another freedom when I was completely strict until my home life was able to get stabilized. And thank God, out of my own recourse, on my own, I chose the home that gave me discipline. Because even with that, I felt that they cared enough to love me enough. And all I'm saying about that, I agree with you.
you know what's
It do
funny
make
about
you
that?
be like, I ain't gonna go there. Now, if it's just you ain't gonna put yourself into something, but it's when it's a relative
Yeah,
and you
it's just
don't know
you
me,
get caught
let
off
me
guard,
introduce you to a new way. That's
right?
all.
But you know, I'm gonna say something to what you just said. That's the funny thing about it. Kids, I realized what you said was really important. It shows character. But you know, really, kids be wanting the for real kids that really want to be better. They
Mm-hmm.
want discipline. They
Because I
kind of
was one.
they want structure. They don't really want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they don't want to
Right.
be made to feel like they can't do nothing. But they want, kids. They respond to discipline.
And but
Um,
and but I'm gonna say something, and I'm just gonna share it, just like your little buddy you talk about, and you
mhm,
said that you you was an influence on his life with discipline, but it was the way it was given as well. See, just
mhm.
because everything that you all hear me saying, anything I'm saying is that's not going to be my takeaway to where I'm going to go. I feel very strongly about it, but
Right.
it's a way you talk to people.
There you go.
So I'm not going to put up like, you grown, I'm grown, I'm your elder, I don't wash
You
your
ain't
ass.
gotta
We
be
don't do
nasty.
all that.
You ain't gotta be
Because
nasty.
sometimes you can make a person feel absolutely stupid with nothing but your knowledge that you speak, which is mostly what I do all the time. So I'm just saying, you might not have looked at it that way, sweetheart. I understand you was mad, you was upset. I get that. But that's not how you talk to Auntie Kim. Why? Because I get a different response. I'm not gonna. You want to be able to call me so I can, be able
Right.
to help you out.
Right. Because if you hit me with that, I'm looking at you like you're not
Right. And
real.
I think you all right. You know what I mean? I always have until you called me on that Bugatti shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I want you to put some respect on my name. Okay? I'm gonna need you to do that.
I
That's all.
respect
It's
that.
just, I have to bring this out, and my son gonna be mad. But I gotta say that. Ben, he was just like, Mom, I agree with you. But he also wanted me to understand. He's like you. My Devin is so boy. That boy is so he's a Pisces and he's understanding of everybody. And it's okay. And he's contextualized, but he contextualized and then defend. And
Mm,
I can't take it. I need you to contextualize, stop, and know that there's a bias moment where it's two different people thinking on that.
right.
And so he was just like, Mom, like he grown, like he said. Then he's like, Mom, man, Mom, I'm just saying, I know it's wrong. I won't do that. But I'm like, I can't. He said, Mom, I'm just saying. I said, I'm the auntie that got all the rules. He said, yes, like you got Mom. I was like, so what? Before you was born, I was Auntie Kim. And I'm gonna die Auntie Kim.
Hmm.
And they gonna be able to say, she didn't play that. They already know. I promise you, it's already been established. Don't even go there. Cause she ain't. But only reason why that can be that way, we like, I ain't gonna say this back to my mama, she gonna tie my butt up. You had to have so much is the fear of God in your children. You have to put it there. I've always been a big disciplinary. I'm a mother of 4 boys, so I never had that girly compassion like I do my granddaughter now. So that's where a lot of my, as some would say, aggressive or my assertiveness is because I raised boys. Y'all not in touch with emotion, so I had to suppress that. And when I talked to them, I had to come with it because that's what they understood. It's called meeting a person where they at.
So I agree with that. I think that I mean I'm with you on it all the way through with this. This is a subject that's kind of like it's a subject going to be talked about more and more as these generations, as we get older, because you're going to have a lot of more of this freedom of these lack of disciplines and stuff like that from these parents that's come up behind us and grandparents, and the younger parents. And I think you're going to see that more and more. Where I remember when we were I'll be on the train out in public, and I'll be cursing and stuff like, "Oh, they're like, this is an adult." And I'm like 17, 18 years old. We even fighting. Even if I was fighting, I would watch who I ran into. If I was fighting on the street, I would make sure I didn't hit any kids or any older people. If there's an older adult male over there, I would
Yeah.
not curse an old woman. And I'm not
Yes.
like, I ain't talking about like elderly. I'm talking about like 40, 30 some years old. They was grown like, "I'm sorry, sir," and I go the other way. And I go around the corner. "I'll fuck you up, nigga." We about to hit
Right.
bottles and stuff. We right
Yeah.
back to murder. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I had to understand. But anyway, I think that you're dead on a point with that. Only thing that you could, the best thing to do is to address it in obviously the fashion that we do it, which is why we do our show, Mitchell Sip and Spiel. When people ask us what is different about us, I think that we are people that understands how to navigate. Kimmy says the phrase, just said it, meeting people where they are. We try to assess and counter, because we can do all things. Honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. We can meet you if you want to go to the trap house. We could be in the trap house. We go to the White House. We go to the White House. Everybody they don't rock in that wide array of skill sets, and so I can see that you operate in a certain frequency, and based off of what we're trying to deal with, I'll meet you there. I'm not living there though. I'll meet
Right.
you just to get through this moment, because
Right.
you're not going to raise the bar, and that's fine.
And
So I
no, am I
understand.
gonna shelve it down? Absolutely.
So I'll meet you where you are, because you talk. We do that. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Remember, we was acting silly on this
Yeah.
in the city. Remember, and I was talking about what we did when we went to the store. I'm like, I get down there with them. I get there with you. You feel me?
Oh.
See, everybody can. How we're gonna listen. I get
Boy,
it.
we finna have
You
some
crazy,
fun,
I'm
y'all.
crazy. Okay,
Yes.
I'll be right there crazy with you, because I can do that. I have that band. It's called a bandwidth. You got the good internet with the Wi-Fi. They got the strong. Everybody can get online. That's that bandwidth. That means a lot of them get on at the same time and still not lose no connection. But we have that
Absolutely.
band. We have that bandwidth. Our bandwidth is high. We can go. It's a lot of freedom on that. We can do a lot of stuff. We can meet you here, there. You want to be crazy? Want to be super? Want to be smart? You want to be educated? You want to be proper? You want to be bougie? You want to be ghetto? You want to be hood? You want to be gangster?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to be, we can do all those. So that being said, I like this point you brought. It's a very good subject. It's a subject that's going to be talked about a lot more, because people aren't really understanding that. And I think that, and then also it's two sides to that, because it's the people who are saying, who are doing the offense, like I'm grown, you grown, we're on the same page, and it's the
Hmm.
people who are feeding that narrative to them, that's allowing them to do it, that's cool with it, and they're not standing up. Like, everybody won't stand up to it. They're like, all right, well, all right, nephew, all right, cousin, all right, friend, all right, son, all right,
Right.
daughter, all right, niece. They kind of like rocking with it, and they kind of feeding that goofy stuff, and then they bring it to us, and we ain't going for, like, who is feeding y'all niggas? Where y'all getting this ridiculous from?
Right. Where you getting fed from?
Y'all getting fed from something. That's why I love that the Malcolm X speech, like, who told you was ugly? Who told you your hair was nappy? Who told you your nose was big? Who told you that your culture, who you are, was not good enough? Who told you that? And you start listening to, who are these people?
Acts.
And I look at, like, okay, so you were raised by some fools, or you play with this area, you do this and the other. Now, again, it does sound like it's judgmental, but I do it based off of my own reference for my own life. What am I dealing with? I'm looking at you. You come from a certain area. I'm gonna transform to what you need. Because
Hmm.
if I'm expecting something great, if I'm expecting a certain type of wine from you, you give me some alcohol or some whiskey, that's gonna mess me up. I gotta be ready. You give me, okay, you whiskey drinker, okay, you doing Patron, okay, you doing wine, you doing sweet wine, you doing a rosé, you doing I need to know what I'm doing, so I can set my palate up and down to get my mind together, and I know how I'm approach you. And that's just what we are. So at Sip and Spill, we talk about things that I think are ridiculously relative, that are ridiculously in the current times, and
Right.
we think about things differently. We try to approach it from her and Kim and I don't always agree on certain approaches or certain things, but at the same time, we agree that things need to be addressed. However, she addressed it, I
Absolutely.
addressed it. We agree that silliness is silliness. Now, what we don't agree on, I mean, we don't we both agree that dumb shit is dumb shit. How I approach it again, she may approach it differently. That's
Mhm.
fine. It
But
works
it's
for her.
definitely gonna be approached.
It's gonna be approached. It's gonna be addressed. It's definitely something that's of importance to both of us.
Right.
And so some stuff might be on the higher level of importance to me than it is to her, and vice versa. But it's still very much important. So I agree with you, and it's got to be addressed. I just would say in the back of my mind, which you know this already, because we've been dealing with the past few months. We talk about who people are relativity to us, who people are to us, and you kind of like, oh, okay, boop, you in this category, and then
Hmm.
and I didn't put you there. I just realized you were there, and I'm accepting you where you are. Because
Right.
in my mind, you were here, but it's like, wait, you're not supposed to be there.
Right.
You playing over here in the low section. That's just who you are. Okay. Yeah, and that's just what it is. Like you put yourself there.
Yeah.
Because I kept trying to bring you up to like, no, stop playing in the mud. You can play in the sand by the water. Why you playing in the
Right.
mud?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
you like that? Oh yeah. I don't like muddy shoes on my house, on my floor. I'm sorry. So I just kind of I agree with you on that. I think that needs to be addressed. And more power to you. You got to do what you got to do. I support you. I support you all the time in all those ways. And we try to be as diplomatic as we possibly can. I think I'll be a little bit more diplomatic than maybe um, I may try to add diplomacy in areas I may not necessarily have to apply them to. But I do we try to use diplomacy as best as we can. So there's
Yeah.
that. So I think we didn't. I think we covered it. I hope that point has gotten out. I think
And if anybody is experiencing that, go ahead and give us feedback on it. I mean, I would love to hear y'all take on it, experiences that you may have been through too. It's just one of those things where I feel like it needed to be talked about, and this is my freedom to
and if
talk
somebody
about
is grown, what is a barometer of grown in relation to how they talk to their elders? Is everything on limits or off limits? Is because they're grown, they can just say whatever they want to say, how they want to say it to you?
it.
Or is
Yes.
is there levels to it? Does it not matter once they're over 21, they're paying their own bills, they can say, whatever they want to say to you as an older
Right.
person? Let us know what you think about that. Because we feel like that's not. And then I'm gonna finish. My last point of this is this. If that be the case, let me set that tone with you. Don't take that from me as your elder. I can say, yo, nephew, niece, because I tell my kids, we tell them like, you ain't got to be all, we know y'all curse, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, y'all tripping. We know y'all curse. They be like, should I say it? Should I say it? But we're saying okay. Don't just come in here willy nilly, you know what I'm saying? With reckless abandon. So if that be the case, me and Kim can say, okay, you know what? We can get down like that. I'm opening that door for you because well, I ain't opening that door for you. Don't kick that door down because I'm gonna do what I'll do to any other intruder. Booze, you know what I'm saying? I'm blowing your back. I'm blowing you out.
Yes, it's
So boom. That's my last point on that, Kimmy.
all
If you
right.
want more,
I'm with it. Listen, please like, subscribe, and share. We got upcoming things coming to y'all. This probably will be out tomorrow. Well, I ain't gotta say it doesn't matter. You'll see it when you see it. But I do want to say this. As you know, the Sip and Spill, we have now created our very own group, and we'll be dropping our whereabouts and what we're doing. And upcoming events will be on there. So check us out on Sip and Spill Facebook group, and then definitely go to our YouTube. Check out our videos. We've definitely created over 170 videos now. We're going to be, and I know my partner agreed with this. I've been asked, so I just want to, I'm gonna say it on every time we do a show, is that the characters, you guys will be seeing them, okay? We're gonna get to it and we're gonna be coming out. We have so many different storylines, new characters gonna be coming out. A lot of people want to talk about different things, and certain things we don't put on the show, we just talk about, we do it as a visual, I say a visualization. My words all messed up today, but you know what I'm talking about. A visual, so you can actually see it as we're talking about it. So we're gonna some things gonna be coming up, and of course, this Saturday is Father's Day, so we'll be talking to all my brothers. Want you to pull up, get your cigar, get your drinks. We're gonna be in the building, and I'm talking to and from you and for you. So
mm-hmm.
that's our take.
You like it. There you go, baby. That's it. Boom.
See y'all later.
See y'all later.